I receive emails telling me that I have blown challenge number 50, 60, and 70. 70 blown challenges. That was the darkest period of my life. I spent many nights at the playground. Sometimes I'm just tearing to myself, staring into blank space, and I'm just wondering, what have I just done? You know what I did? I took a bank loan to continue trading. Robert Kiyosaki says what? You use debt to build wealth. This year alone has been my biggest year. 6 figures in total profits. I'll get a little bit controversial. If you know your plan, and your plan has an edge, there is little need for psychology. Every dream must pass the test of discouragement. If you pursue a dream and you achieve it too quickly, that's just a goal. That's not a dream.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Modern World Podcast where we aim to empower, enrich and evolve your lives. Today we have a very, very special guest. This brother of mine, I've known for more than a decade, right? He's not just a guest, he's a brother in Christ, he's a gym buddy. I see him almost every day to train, right? And he's also got an absolutely amazing story in his trading journey as well. He's a full-time prop trader. Right, for those of you all who are unfamiliar with getting that term as well, absolutely an amazing journey. Literally, with little to nothing left, barely 2 years ago, to now making over 5 figures from trading income. Right, so today we're going to dive into his story, exactly how he actually achieved it, how he actually has done it, his journeys, his struggles, all of that beautiful stuff is going to be pretty amazing. So let's get right into it. His name is Melyvn. Melyvn, welcome, brother.
Hey, brother, I must say, that was the best introduction I've ever heard about myself, brother. Usually at the gym, all I hear is, brother, your chest damn flat. Right? Your legs like, oh man. So great to hear something nice for once.
Your legs are damn weak.
Yeah, but happy to be here.
Yeah, man, dude, quite a journey, huh? Always
definitely.
watching our podcast to now, today,
Definitely.
you're right here.
In fact, to prepare for this interview, I actually watched John Lee's one.
Well, John Lee's interview,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
again, thank you very much for coming through, bro,
sure.
right? So again, today I have you here, behind the mic, very simply because of your absolutely amazing journey, right? Melyvn this year alone has achieved over, 6 figures, right, through prop firm capital, right, in terms of his own earnings that he's actually achieved, 6 figures US dollars, which is absolutely freaking amazing, right? He's done this, trading forex pairs, right? So for those of them who are unfamiliar, right, with prop firm capital, can you just share a little bit about what that is?
Yeah, so the modern prop firm is different from the traditional one. In the traditional one, you have to be at the desk, right? Proprietary trading. So the modern one became popular in about 2021, right? So basically, anybody can get into prop firms. You just have to pay a fee, a small fee, and if you can show that you can profit while still following the rules, you are entrusted big capital to trade with. Yeah, so I'll give you some numbers. For example, if you pay about $489, you can get access to 100K of capital. Yeah. So this is what prop firm is.
Amazing. And you leverage that to actually make money for yourself?
Yes, correct. Because at the end of the day, for trading, it takes money to make money.
Amazing. Definitely, right? Like, if you don't have money, that's something that you will struggle with in the trading world, right? And again, prop firms allow you to leverage your capital. To many people who hear this, they might be like, dude, that sounds like a scam, right? But is it real? Have you, what's your testimony in regards to this? Have you actually made money with this?
Yeah, definitely. So I remember, I think a lot of this I'm going to be sharing in next week's retreat as well. Yeah, so I remember when I first told you, Resh, that I want to be a full-time prop firm trader, you actually went to ChatGPT, right? You went to ask, what is the likelihood of a person making it as a full-time prop firm trader? All right, so apparently the statistic is 1%. All right, 1%. Yeah, but I can say for myself, after having gone through this journey, it is actually very possible. Yeah, so in fact, this year alone has been my biggest year. Yeah, like what you mentioned, 6 figures in total profits.
Amazing. That's incredible, bro.
Yeah, so it's definitely not a scam, but at the same time, without proper guidance, without proper training and wisdom, it is very easy to fail.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing, brother. So guys, again, I hope you all recognize you're talking to 1%,
Yeah.
right? And, like, this guy is 1%, right? And hopefully we can dig his brains into learning a little bit about what it takes to be 1%. So let's go back, man. Dude, I know you attended my program, you attended OMI and, my options program and everything.
Crash profits.
Yeah, Crash Profits and all that stuff. tell me that first time where you actually got interested in this trading world, and who got you started, and what sparked your desire with regards to learning more about trading.
Yeah, so it was about 2019 or 2020. I was just interested in, how do I make online money? Yeah, so that was when I stumbled across your crash profits. Yeah, so it was a golden opportunity back then because the markets were crashing. All right, and then of course I never knew about options. Yeah, because I only know you buy and sell stocks. All right, but with options, they that gives you the leverage to trade as well. Yeah, so I became interested in options trading actually through your course.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's how you first started, huh?
Yeah, that was how I first started.
And what got you hooked, addicted, love, the whole markets and everything?
So I think
right?
I speak on behalf of every trader. What got me addicted was my first win.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first win, it was actually a tip from you. It was on PayPal.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a buy call on PayPal.
Okay.
Yeah, so that got me realizing that
Wow.
this is actually possible. Yeah, if I can stack wins after wins, all right, then perhaps trading can be a viable career.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so that got you started
That got me started.
in that journey.
Yeah.
Right. But then again there was the ups and then there was the
Yes.
downs with
Yes,
your own
correct.
capital and everything
Yes,
as
correct.
well, right?
In fact, that was the only up. Right? It went downhill from there pretty quickly. Yeah.
So what got you downhill
Okay.
from there?
So after my first win on PayPal,
yeah.
I thought that was it. I just have to find a great stock, wait for earnings, buy call, and I will make money. Yeah. So I remember with regards to stocks and options, I had 9 losses after that.
Wow.
9 losses.
Okay.
Yeah. So from there, that was when I realized that trading wasn't so easy. Yeah. So I continued to invest in education. So on top of your own course, I've actually invested. Okay, till date, I've invested 24,000 in all my education.
Very nice.
Yes, correct. Yeah, so in the 2 years after that, I dedicated my time to learning stocks and options.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it was around 2022 when I thought I was great enough.
Yep.
All right. The only problem was that I had no money. So in my search, that was when I discovered prop firms.
I see.
Yeah.
Bro, really inspiring, bro. Honestly speaking, right, during the period of time,
Yeah.
sure there was ups. In the downs, many people quit.
Yes, correct.
Right, and naturally, right, like, the moment you go through 1 loss, not 1 loss, 2 loss, 3 loss, 9 losses, for example, right, the most sane people will say, you know what, maybe not for me, right, let me get back to whatever I was doing, for example, right,
Yeah.
but you persisted,
Yes,
you kept on,
Yeah.
right, so what is that innate thing in you?
Yes.
The way
Yes.
I can describe you, bro, right, is like, you are like a zhanglang, bro.
Okay.
Right? Cannot die on, right?
Yes.
Like, you hit it
Yes.
and then it just
Yeah.
comes back up
Wait till
again.
you hear the prop firm journey.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
I think that's something that is innate in you, right?
Yeah,
You're a dog that doesn't quit, right? So
Yeah.
like, but is there something in your past, or
Yeah.
is it an innate nature in you, or like
Yeah.
you get beaten down but you keep standing up, bro?
Yeah, I can articulate that. So I would say most people, when they get into trading, they are always thinking about the profits. But for me, it's a little bit different. I am in it because I am just passionate about the process. So for example, one of the strategies that I trade is a concept called supply and demand. All right. So in supply and demand, this is when big institutional traders come in and they scoop up prices. Yeah. So I'm always asking myself, why are they doing that? Why do demand zones work? Yeah. So I am really passionate about the whole process, the whole learning behind it. Yeah. So I believe that
And losing money doesn't deter you?
losing money did not deter me. Yeah.
Interesting.
Did not deter me. But let's say if you had told me a long time ago, and you told me, Melyvn, in order to succeed, you have to go through this. Would I have said yes? Okay, maybe not. Yeah.
Interesting,
So
bro,
sometimes that's the beauty of life. Yeah. You go through things.
Very nice.
Yeah.
But again, right, it's about really truly being, passionate about
the process.
About the process,
Yes,
passionate about what you
is
do.
mundane. Yeah,
Yeah.
because most people they are after quick wins.
Yep.
Yeah. When things are mundane, when
Yep.
things are down, they quit.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's how you know that perhaps they are not passionate about the process at all.
So true, bro. I
Yeah.
tell you, it's so true, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I look at 3 of us in this room, and even my guy behind the camera, Lawrence, one of the most passionate guys about camera, you know,
Oh, nice.
every damn thing, every intricate detail, you spend
Nice,
so much
man.
money. You're like, dude,
Yeah.
are you crazy? But
Yeah,
then
mastery.
it just does it, right? And again, right, it's passion about process. Build
Yeah.
an entire business around it yourself. You're
Yeah.
right, crazy passion about the process.
Yeah.
And that says basically the whole ethos behind success, right? Like, the ups and the downs will not phase you so much because you just like the process. You love the
Yeah.
process, and it's a journey of improvement and everything as well, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you see it.
Yes.
And that's how success is followed along the way as well.
Yeah.
Right, amazing, right? So, we wait to hear part 2 of the story, which is your prop firm capital
Yes.
and everything, right? So,
Sure.
tell us about the first time you found a firm that offered this, and what was that journey? What company was it? What was your first experience with it?
Yeah. So the first ever company that I went with in terms of prop firms, actually they don't exist anymore. Yeah, because apparently they shut down. Yeah. But I got introduced to this whole idea because I was just searching on Google. Yeah, I think ChatGPT didn't exist back then. Yeah. So what I searched was, okay, I know how to trade. Where can I get more capital? Yeah. And then the whole idea of prop firms came up. Yeah. So it was just one after another.
Yeah.
All right. And then I went to click on those links, and then I realized that okay, you pay an amount, you pass the test, and then you get entrusted with capital. So that's how I started.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So okay, so you got started with that,
Yeah.
and do you go straight for a 100K account, 10K
Yeah.
account?
So
or-
my first account that I went for was, I think I went for a 50K account.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On hindsight, that was a foolish move.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
So,
went-
so I went for a 50K account, and I tell you what's worse. I had no training in forex. Yeah.
Zero, because
Yeah.
you trade in stocks and options
Yes,
with
correct.
me and
Stocks and
stuff, right?
options.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I knew a little bit about technical analysis.
Yeah.
And I thought that was enough.
But the whole new world of forex was a complete new beast altogether.
Yeah, it's a new instrument. Yeah. And as a trader, every instrument has their own behavior.
Yes.
Yeah. So it took me a long time to understand that.
When you say long time, like
Yeah,
how long did it take for you to kind of master the journey? Like in
Yeah.
the prop firm journey, right?
Yes.
Did you have like at the beginning,
Yeah.
like did you have mentors like who were showing
Yeah.
you how? or-
So at some point, because the pain became so great,
Yep.
I started investing the money into education.
Okay.
Yeah. So previously, I was just blowing up challenge after challenge, right, with the money, right. And then at one point, I told myself, okay, this is not working out. I need to start investing into education as well. Yeah, to learn about forex.
I see.
Yeah. So till date, I would say I have about 4 or 5 mentors and communities that I learned forex from.
Amazing. And tell us about that journey, man. It took
Yeah.
you a long time to learn. Like
Yeah.
how like did you fail like
Yeah,
once, twice?
okay.
Like how's
You,
it?
you want the summarized version or you want the full?
Give me the full
Bangkok
blown version, man.
Okay, full version. Okay, so Resh, I pose this question to you.
Tell me.
All right. So for each prop firm challenge, it's between 497 to 997. Okay. So personally, how many failures would it take for you to walk away from prop firms totally?
Probably 2.
2. Okay. So I'll give you the full version. Okay. So as I was trading, one day I received an email notification telling me that I have blown account number 10. So was I discouraged? Honestly, no. Because in these 10 failures, I really learned something. Right? I realized I was revenge trading. I realized that there were some nuances in the strategy. So I told myself, okay, you know what? Fail 10 times, get up 11 times. Right? So I continued trading. And then one day, I received another email telling me that I had blown challenge number 20. So was I discouraged? Not yet. Right? Because I really learned something. Right? When you blow 20 challenges, you are bound to learn something. All right? So with that, I told myself again, fail 20 times, get up 21 times. All right? And I kept on trading. One day I received another email telling me that I had blown challenge number 30.
Wow.
30 was the first time I felt a sense of discouragement.
Okay.
Yeah. I reflected and I realized, okay, this is getting serious, right? I'm just blowing money,
Yep.
right? And it's not a small sum, especially if you multiply it by 30. Yeah. I also started to recognize serious revenge trading out of boredom, right? And I told myself, okay, I have to do something different now. So I told myself again, you fail 30 times, you get up 31 times. Before long, I received another email telling me that I had blown challenge number 40.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, 40 was the time that I was really discouraged. All right. I was really discouraged. My finances were at all-time low. And a brilliant idea came into my mind. I tell you, it's absolutely brilliant. It's either brilliant or stupid. You can decide. You know what I did? I took a bank loan to continue trading, right? Because why? Robert Kiyosaki says what? You use debt to build wealth, right? So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a bank loan, and I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna repay the loan, and I'm gonna make income for myself. Okay. Now I'm gonna fast forward the story. I received emails telling me that I had blown challenge number 50, 60, and 70. 70 blown challenges. So now my finances were all-time low. I was in debt. And I am going nowhere. All right. Now let me tell you that period was the darkest period of my life. Okay. So at 30 years old, I was down to my final $300. 30 years old. All I had to my name was $300. And to make matters worse, that was the time that my BTO with my girlfriend, we actually had to make down payment. And guess what? She had to use her CPF. 100% her CPF. I couldn't contribute anything. Yeah. And then there were days whereby I would buy a challenge in the morning, and by night time the challenge is gone. Right? So I let me tell you, I spent many nights at the playground. Right? I spent many nights at the playground. Sometimes I'm just tearing to myself. Right? Most times I'm just staring into blank space, and I'm just wondering, like, what have I just done? Right? What have I just done? And one of the biggest blow to my self-esteem was when I had to tell my girlfriend, right, what I'm actually going through, and I had to push back the marriage date because I have no money, right? Okay, so and I remember when I was just telling her everything, I was really crying. Yeah, so thank God for an amazing woman, all right, who did not divorce me, right? Okay, so at that point, I made it a point to myself that I'm not going to care about the success anymore. I don't care if I'm funded next week. I don't care if I'm funded next month. All I care about is following my trading plan and taking one good trade after another. If I win, I move on. If I lose, I don't care, I move on. At the end of the day, before I go to bed every night, I ask myself, did I follow my trading plan? Yeah. And then I continued trading. One day I received an email. Now you see, when I've blown 70 accounts, whenever the email comes in, I can see the notification. I even memorize the notification. It used to be, Dear Melyvn, unfortunately, ... Now for the first time, it's Dear Melyvn, congratulations. And then profits started coming in. And then I fast forward the story. Today, this year alone, I've generated 6 figures in trading.
Amazing. What
so if you ask me, if I had give up along the way, I wouldn't be here.
Dude, I have some cynical questions to ask.
Sure.
Why did it take you 70 times to learn, bro?
I believe, okay, here's my answer. I believe if you put 10 people in a room and you give them unlimited capital, they will blow more than 70 times.
Okay.
Because there is just something in the human nature that refuses to learn until the pain becomes too great.
Interesting.
The biggest lesson for me was when I was down to my final $300. I mean, along the way, if you ask me, did I know my problem? I can tell you yes. It was revenge trading, mainly. But when did the pain become so great? It was when I was down to my last $300. It was when I had to push the marriage date back. And I even had to take a loan to buy the proposal ring. Right? So when the pain becomes too great, then you start acting on it. So knowing your problem and acting on the problem are two different things. Right? That's why I think...
that's wisdom right there, but that's so much wisdom right there.
Forged in hellfire.
Wow.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a dog and the nail story. Have you heard of that story before?
Dog and the nail.
Yeah, dog and the nail, right? So basically, like a dog sitting on a nail.
Yeah.
And the dog is always constantly complaining, right?
Yeah.
And it's always like, and he's whining and he's complaining.
Yeah.
You know, but all he needs to do is just get up and move, right? For the pain to get out. But
Nice.
But he doesn't move.
Yeah.
And the reason is that very simply because it's painful, but it's just there.
It's still bearable.
It's still bearable.
Yeah, it's still
right?
bearable. That's the thing.
And it's still bearable. But it gets to a point where the nail gets a sharper nail or whatever you put there, and then the damn thing just goes and then it just runs away, right? And so the whole point, very very simply, as in with regards to your story, got to a point where where the pain was literally unbearable. Where you looked at your circumstance, and you're like, hey, dude, I cannot mess this up anymore. Where you really really internalized and really did it properly, huh?
Yeah. And I tell you what made it bearable for me. What made it bearable was that I still had income coming in. So in my mind was, okay, I blown an account, right? Never mind. Next month's salary can buy me more accounts.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was so hard to learn until I was out of options.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So if I can dive a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Now that you're in a position where, obviously you're not in that situation anymore.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself going back into old habits, or has the pain been crystallized so clearly that you know that I don't want to ever go back there? Like how is it like for you today?
I'll link this to something that is biblical as well.
Tell me.
Are you familiar with this term called a stronghold?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So a stronghold is a stronger version of a sin. Right? What may be a stronghold for you may not be a stronghold for me. All right? There are general sins, and then there is those stronghold whereby you are just chained to that sin. So even as you have overcome a stronghold, when you overcome a stronghold, the stronghold is now called a snare. S-N-A-R-E. Which means that anytime the temptation is great enough, this snare can put you back into this stronghold. Yeah. So this is something that we all have to recognize. All right. It could be that your stronghold used to be drinking. All right, drinking till you're drunk. All right. You may have overcome this now, but the next time you are put in an environment where everybody is drinking, you are more susceptible to going back into this stronghold.
Of course.
All right. So linking back to trading, I would say revenge trading will always be a snare for me. Yeah. It used to be a stronghold. I overcame it. Now it is a snare. So if I'm not careful, the snare can put me back into the stronghold.
How do you overcome this?
How do I overcome this? I would say, the conventional wisdom, if you ask any trader, is 80% of trading is psychology. Have you ever heard of that?
Of course.
Okay. I'll get a little bit controversial, right? I'll disagree with that statement. I would say, if you know your plan, and your plan has an edge, there is little need for psychology. If you know, for me, I know that the best time for my trading is 9:30 to 11:30. Right? Every day, 9:30 to 11:30. I wouldn't bother trading at 4 p.m. I wouldn't bother trading at 5 p.m. So knowing your plan, knowing your trading plan, the ins, the outs, the session timings, the pairs that you trade, and you trust your edge, there is no need for psychology. Yeah. So how do I overcome revenge trading? Is knowing that tomorrow, 9:30 to 11:30, it's a new day. There will be new opportunities.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I can walk away from today's loss.
That's incredible, bro. That's a very very amazing revelation. But that's also very attuned to your kind of strategy and the way you do things, right?
Yeah.
Because again, ultimately, if somebody is swing trading for holding something for a long time, for example, that might not be as useful. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
But, okay. Anyways, so let's chat about that now, right? So. Two things. I think two parts of the question. Maybe you can answer one after another, right?
Sure.
So, what were some of the biggest mistakes that you have made, right? Maybe in terms of instrument, maybe in terms of the way you're doing things that caused you to, have that initial failures, right? Because I think there's so much to learn from that. And number two is what has now finally become the thing that has worked for you.
Okay, I will give an analogy. Let's talk about being a pilot. Before you actually fly a plane, you spend years of your life in a flight simulator.
Yep.
Okay, so Raj, let me ask you this question. If in a flight simulator today, you fly the equivalent of Singapore to Thailand, would you dare to do that in a real plane?
I guess so. If I fly how many times?
Once.
Oh, once no lah. Of course
Once
not.
no.
Yeah.
So here's the problem.
Yeah.
When people make $1,000 on demo, which is the equivalent of a flight simulator, they think that they can make the same 1,000 on a live account. So the first mistake that I made, that was the first mistake that I made. And it took me a long time to get out of it. Because in my mind, it's always, I've done it before on demo. And now I'm trying to replicate on my live account what I have achieved on demo, which just doesn't work. Yeah.
Okay. So that was the first part.
Yeah.
So how many times do you have to do it, bro? Do I need to fail 69 times?
I would say no. Right.
Okay.
So looking back, what I would have done differently is on day one I would just get a mentor.
Okay.
That would shortcut my learning process so much faster.
Okay.
Yeah. I would just get a mentor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Cool. And currently, right now, in terms of your winning formula,
Yeah.
what does it come back down to, right? Maybe if you can get
Yes.
specific with the strategy,
Yeah, sure.
with regards to maybe the instrument, for example, you can get a bit technical. Let's go.
Yes, okay. So I would say mastery over your instrument, mastery over your strategy, and your session timing, especially for Forex. Now, I know in crypto, volatility happens all the time. Yeah, but for Forex, what I've discovered is that from 9:30 to 11:30, that is my sweet spot. Yeah, so mastery over these strings, these three things. Okay, so let's start with the pairs first. Okay, so the only things that I trade are, if you're into Forex, it would be the US 30, which is the CFD equivalent of the Dow
Index,
Jones,
yep.
the Nasdaq 100, Euro USD, and GBP USD. That's it.
Just four, huh?
That's it.
Wow.
Right? I call this my bread and butter.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think too many traders make the mistake of trying to trade every single thing.
I see a JPY pair, very interesting.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Yes, correct. So
Was that something that you used to do last time?
definitely, and I can tell you, and linking to this, knowing what pairs you shouldn't be trading. Okay, Rush, if I ask you, do you know what is the most traded Forex pair?
Gold?
It is gold. Right? Gold has the most liquidity, it is the most popular. But I have recognized that I cannot make money on gold. Other people can make money on gold. My mentors can make money on gold, except me. So I have decided not to trade gold.
Okay.
But how many people have this awareness? Right? Everyone around you is making money on this thing. But based on your data, you know that for some reason you keep losing on this. Now it affects your psychology, it affects your confidence. So I would say, leave out things that are not for you.
So can I ask, right? So with regards to the four that you have
Yeah.
described,
Yes.
right? So for people who want to maybe learn from you, for example, would you tell them that these four, they inherently have something different about them, or it's just what you have mastered?
I would say both. Okay, so of course I spent my whole life studying these four. At the same time, these four provide enough, I would say, predictability. Okay, so for example, for US 30, NAS 100, let you in on some secrets here. 9:30, the opening candle, usually a bullish engulfing, will determine the direction for the day. So if I know that, and that is repeatable and consistent for me, I definitely would want to trade it. Right? The first engulfing candle, right? Just wait for a pullback, and then just
Go with it.
enter. Yeah.
I see. So if it's a
So you see, yeah. So
if it's a bearish engulfing, pull back, pull up, then you just short.
yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
so-
you are entering and exiting within that day,
Yes,
within the
correct.
2 hours, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So my point is, if you can find something that is consistently replicable, you know your edge is there.
I see. So you
Yeah.
found the edge in that these four pairs, like, essentially.
Yes, correct.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's very, very interesting, bro.
Yeah.
So again and again, your time frame is that 2 hours, and you're entering, exiting within the day, and that's it, right? And every day is a new battle, essentially.
Yes, correct. Of course, there are days whereby the move did not happen, but I'm still in. So I'll at most just hold for one more day. Yeah.
Or cut the position.
Usually I don't cut. I'll just hold.
Oh, you just hold through the
So
position.
either it dies or it profits.
But if it dies, will it affect your loss, like your position sizing? How will it be?
Yeah. So in prop firms, it's always 1%.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always
So
1%.
the maximum you're using is at 1%, right?
Yes,
so if it
correct.
goes against you, then it goes against you.
Yeah.
It
Then
won't.
I'll just be out with what? Yeah.
You'll
down
be out
1%.
with that. You'll be out with that percentage, with that loss, essentially.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's fascinating, right? So anyway,
Yeah.
so for the people out there who are inspired by your story and your journey, and who are like, bro, I really don't wanna. I wanna go through this, but I don't wanna get burned at the stake so many times, right?
Yes, true.
And a bit frightened in regards to
True.
like I'm sure as I'm sure you'll understand. What would you say to them as words of inspiration, or to tell them that, hey, this is something that you can do?
What I would say would apply to any field, any craft. If you want to succeed at something, don't be afraid to seek out mentorship. Yeah. And speaking of mentorship, speaking of seeking wisdom, you know, recently there is this story about somebody paying the DBS lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a huge sum of money for what, 1 hour?
Yeah.
And as I was also listening to John Lee's interview, he paid what, 10K for this guy for 2 days.
2 hours, yeah.
Yeah. So the general consensus may not see the value in that. But there is just so much wisdom to glean.
That's true.
Yeah, right?
That's true.
What is 10K? What is 15K compared to 70 blown accounts?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, talk about Melyvn.
Yeah.
This dude, comes all the way. Travels 1 hour to the gym every day.
Hey, let's talk about that, man.
Travels. Maybe you can tell them what you do.
Sure. So we gym together, right? Okay. The thing is, he lives in Potong Pasir, and the gym is at Potong Pasir, just below his house. All right. And then I live at Admiralty, so it takes me 50 minutes to get to the gym every morning. There are some days when his gym timing is 7 a.m. So that means that I have to wake up at 5 a.m. Yeah, talk about showing up, right? Okay, yeah.
But you do it. Why, bro?
Why do I do it? It's because, okay, number one, of course, the friendship is the most important to me. Yeah, there is nothing transactional. Although if you give me $1 million today, I would definitely accept. Yeah, but anyway, there's nothing transactional. The friendship comes first. Yeah, but then again, I also recognize that Rash, you are a door opener for me. Yeah, you are a door opener, and I think we agree on this, that half the time in the gym we are talking. Of course, we will do some sets and everything, but the session mainly revolves around conversation. Yeah, and there's a lot that I learned from you that I can never learn anywhere else. Yeah.
That's true.
And speaking of showing up, I think yesterday I was having fever. In fact, now I'm still having fever, right? But I still chose to show up, right? So in terms of mentorship, I mean, I didn't have to pay you. Yeah. So the other way that I get close to you is to show up in the gym. Yeah,
absolutely.
And I recognize that opportunity.
Proximity is power.
Proximity is power.
Proximity is power. You get the right proximity, right people.
Yeah.
You have open doors, right? I've seen that in my life, and Melyvn has obviously done that repeatedly, right? And it's not just in the last 1 year, it's been like in the last 5 years and everything. Fitness first, sign up, just go, right? I call him, he'll be like, yeah, dude, I'm down, right? He'll travel from don't know where. He lives in one end of Singapore. You come all the way to just show up and always be there, right? So that's something that I notice in you as well, right? Right. It's in when do you pick that up, bro? When do you pick that up? Was that something that you recognized very early on, that I need proximity to the right people and everything?
Yeah. So one of the wisdom that I came across is this: God's solution to every problem is always through a person. I repeat that again. God's solution to every problem is always through a person. And I know that a human being is my greatest resource. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's recognizing that, and how do I take action? Basically, I position myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Positioning yourself.
Yeah, positioning myself.
Tell us a little about that. What's your revelation, man? Positioning. Well, how important is positioning yourself? Whether it's in the markets or whether it's in live, whether it's in person. Talk about positioning, bro.
Yeah. So with a biblical reference, the windows of heaven are open. You still need to be in the right place to receive the blessings.
Yep.
Right? Otherwise, the blessings will just fall to the ground. Right? If you understand that analogy. Yeah. So a lot of people, they always talk about faith and works. A lot of people in the marketplace, especially if they are non-believers, so faith and works are two wings on the same bird, right? This was a quote by this guy called Bishop Broner. All right, faith and works are two wings on the same bird. Most people, they either flap one of the wings. It's either faith all the way or works all the way, and then you get a lopsided bird, right? So the thing is, okay, I lost my train of thought. Oh, what were we talking about?
No. So basically, positioning, right? Positioning. And
yeah. I forgot where I was going with this. Let me see. Okay, oh yes, I understand now. So with faith, the windows of heaven is going to be open.
Yep. Yep.
But most people don't realize that positioning takes a lot of work. Positioning really takes a lot of work. All right, it's in trading, it's seeking out wisdom, it's back testing, it's forward testing, it's testing your strategy repeatedly. All right, it's learning new things about your strategy every day. This is how you position yourself. Yeah.
Very, very powerful, but very powerful. And again, it's always about positioning, right? Because again, you can do a lot of stuff, right? But again, if you're not positioned in the right place,
Yes.
you're nothing. I always tell people, right? Stand in front of where money is flowing. Stand in front of, position yourself, right? Right.
Yeah.
Increase your surface level of success.
Yeah.
Right. If you can increase that and you can position yourself in front of where opportunity lies, that's how you make plenty, right?
Yes,
So it's very,
yes,
very, very
agree.
important. And again, I think Melyvn has truly understood the power of positioning and finding himself to be in the right places with the right people, for example. And you never know, right? Like you said, some of our greatest problems can be solved through one person.
Yeah.
Right. I think there's a lot of wisdom in that, man. Thank you for sharing, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing that,
definitely.
dude. And for to me, right. One last question, right, which
Sure.
is, I really, really, truly see you as a person who, has mastered this overcoming adversity.
Sure.
Right, you build that skin, that thickness, and that overcoming adversity to go through the toughest of times and to repeatedly just keep coming back again and again and again and again, right? And it's not like you had parents who are able to lavish you and support you, whatever else.
Definitely.
You came from literally nothing. You're self-made. Just as early as 2 years ago, you're left with barely anything at all, right? Like, what would you share with somebody who is going through like adverse times and right now they feel like quitting, right? Quitting on trading, quitting on their dreams, maybe even quitting on themselves, right? What would you share to them as one last parting message?
Sure. Okay. I'll share with regards to dreams first, and then we'll talk about trading. So there is a brilliant quote by this guy called John Maxwell, right? Prolific author. And he said this: every dream must pass the test of discouragement. Every dream must pass the test of discouragement. If you pursue a dream and you achieve it too quickly, that's just a goal. That's not a dream. So what I would say is that recognize that this is a mandatory season of discouragement. But once you overcome discouragement, your breakthrough lies on the other side. This is what I would say. Every dream. With regards to trading, there is something easier that you can do. You need to recognize the reason for your downfall. For me, it was revenge trading, right? It was trading when I'm not supposed to, for instance. The sooner you recognize it, all right, the sooner you are on your way to overcoming it. And one more thing with regards to trading, all right, let's link it to the gym. If I didn't show up at 7 a.m., I think half the time you will be snoozing, right?
Sure.
There is power in accountability.
Yep.
So one of the things that I remember doing was that I gave some trader friends permission to look at my profit and loss statement at the end of the day. And you know what that did for me? It made me less stupid. Because I know I have somebody to account to.
I see.
And a lot of times, when people are down in trading, it's because of a foolish reason. Revenge trading, FOMO trading. But what if today your spouse or a good friend has access to your dashboard and they can see the stupidity that you do? That will eliminate 90% of your problem,
I see.
of your psychological problem.
Amazing advice, bro. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing, brother. Really,
Yeah.
really appreciate. So how can people follow you in your journey?
How can people follow me on my journey? Basically, next week, I will be doing a first launch at this Bangkok event, this Bangkok retreat, which I think Resh will tell you more. Yeah, and then from there, we'll see.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. So put down any of the details that he has very soon, right, in the comment section down below. You guys will be able to see in the description, right? But anyways, Melyvn, absolutely amazing guy. Somebody that has gone through the ups and the downs, and someone that you can definitely learn from, especially when it comes to if you really truly want to master a profitable capital with forex. I think this is your guy. This is your man. I've seen his ups, his downs. Really, really prolific. Truly appreciate you, brother. Right?
Yeah,
And thank you for sharing your
Thank you.
thoughts now behind the mic as well.
All right, no
Right?
problem. I'll see you back at the gym.
Yes, first of many to come.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Again, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you like this video if you liked it. If you have any questions on Melyvn, put it in the comment section below. And again, don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well. Take care, guys. God bless, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
Hey guys, I'm so blessed to be able to share these inspiring stories of remarkable people with you. Please support us by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Right? These likes will help us know what videos you want to watch more of. So again, thank you and see you in another video.